Welcome to Product as a Star. I'm your host, Will Cunningham, and on this show, we talk to folks interested in getting the word out about a product, good, service, message, or a call to action. Today's discussion will feature a conversation with Julius Darrington. Welcome to the show, Julius. Thank you for joining us.
Hey,
Today,
appreciate
we're
you
going
for
to start
having
off
me.
just right on. Today, we're going to start just with a quick question. Just wanted to talk, maybe could you give us a little bit about your background, sort of how you got into music and things of that nature, and what did you learn any special skills, just go to school or
Okay.
anything like that?
Um, the School of Hard Knocks. No, but a little background, about me as far as me getting into the music business. I was raised in a musical family, in the gospel world. My mom was a very talented gospel singer. She had a gospel group back in the '80s, and they toured with the big gospel names like the Winans and Commission, things like that. And when I got my early 20s, I started writing and became an artist myself, and kind of made my rounds a little bit, as an artist on an independent level. And then, make a long story short, I started a record company back home in my hometown. I'm from Ohio. And then I moved to LA, and I got a job working with DJ Wayne Williams and RCA Records. I'm just making a real
Wow.
short summary. I got involved with RCA Records, DJ Wayne Williams. Started working with hip hop artist named King Los. Ended up working with the
Hmm.
Isley brothers, Ron Isley. You know, but
Wow.
my first break in the industry came from R. Kelly. And I'm always
Okay.
proud to say that, even though he's going through what he's going through in his life, but he gave me my first major break as
Hmm.
far as getting on a certain level, career wise. So, and there's a lot of things that's career wise I've been blessed to do, but that's a quick summary. Came from the bottom. Now I'm here in LA, moving around with a lot of great talented artists and pushing a few businesses of mine, and it's been a blessing. I can't complain.
Well, man, yeah, that's quite a win streak, according to me and how I'm looking at things and perspective wise.
Right, right.
Yeah, we do know R. Kelly's going through his situations, and I do have it on the list to talk to you, not
Mhm.
directly about that, but just maybe how cancel culture, how something as strong as cancel culture can
Yeah,
affect the people that are in the immediate
yeah,
circle of the person being canceled, which is something we don't hear much about
absolutely.
that. And I wanted to talk about that. What are some of the pitfalls that you have to now overcome with, regardless of the fallout? Some people want to
Mm.
stand away, some people want to work, some people, what obstacles are you facing as a result of rebuilding or rebranding?
Well, I never have to, I'm always trying to reinvent myself and always trying to challenge myself to
Okay.
evolve and challenge myself to expand my horizon, and my reach and my network. So I don't feel like I ever have to rebrand myself because of any situations or anything like that.
Okay.
I think everything is from God. Every situation is a
Right on.
blessing. And like I said, I do interviews. I've done a few interviews, and a lot of people in this industry, don't keep it real. And I keep it
Mm.
real because I will always give respect where respect is due, as far as who's been good to me along my journey. And that being said, I look at everything in a positive, and I try to take a positive from everything, and I don't look at anything as a pitfall because, you know, people were afraid to move here to LA. A lot of people say it's too expensive, it's this, that, and the other.
Hmm.
And I moved out here with a book bag. I moved here with a book bag and created my own career and company. So there's nothing negative that I can say has ever happened. There's things that are challenging, as far as you get a challenge and you have to overcome a challenge. But I think those things are positive as well. So that's just my perspective.
No, and I want to congratulate you on that because
Mm,
that's a great way to look at it. And I know that our
yeah.
that are watching are going to be able to take something from that, because struggle in
Mhm.
controversy and going through these trials and tribulations is all but guaranteed. In other words, you're going to go through it. You can't go
Absolutely.
around it. You can't go over it. You can't, you have to go through it. And so what we're talking about is
have to go
a
through it.
mindset right. We're talking about a mindset that has to be ready to deal with that. And so when you say, I don't look at it
Yeah.
as a pitfall, you have the mindset to say, it's probably more of an obstacle course that I'm going to gain strength from, almost a hidden university,
Absolutely.
if you will. I love that.
Absolutely.
So
Let
you said,
me jump in to add to that. Let me jump in to add to that.
come on,
Now you
please.
speaking my language. It's just a matter of being a warrior. And when I look at success and I look at the people who are successful, most successful people have a certain makeup. And a lot of times we look from afar and think successful people don't have bad days. They didn't have a crazy journey. And I always say successful people are just failures who didn't quit. You know what I'm saying? And that's my philosophy. It's like we are just people who learn to fail forward. You know what I'm saying? We learn that failure from a superficial standpoint doesn't really exist. Failure is just learning about how something worked or didn't work. So a lot of people don't understand that there's a lot. Every successful person has a story, and they were challenged at a certain point, and they overcame it.
That's a fact, and that's the warrior spirit. What you spoke on, the willingness is of the warrior to engage and understand that this is a hidden university.
Yes.
I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna take. This is not failure. In other words, this is optimization data. This is optimization data. It's not a rejection. I'm going to learn from this, and so forth and so on. And that's what I really dig. I vibrate with that on a multitude of levels. And you did mention that you come from music and songwriting, and I love that. I'm a songwriter, rap artist. I'm always fascinated about the creative process. You know what I mean? Like how did you come to write your first song or your first lyrics? That's always a fun story for me to hear. How did you bring yourself to write those first hymns, that melody? What was that? Because I remember mine and it was terrible. But
well, I don't like to sound like I'm bragging or like that. My mom and her group of cousins, they were phenomenal artists. When I say that, I don't mean they just could sing at church.
Okay.
They were, they up there with the Karen Clarks and, those, they were phenomenal artists. And that being said, I didn't really know I was in a musical family. I thought music was everybody's family. You know what I mean? I thought it was natural to have a group of 8 people in my living room practicing 8-part harmonies and writing songs all day. I thought that was what everybody did. So I didn't know I had a gift until I got around other people outside of my family. When I was singing and stuff, they're like, what is going on? You know what I mean? I'm like, what? You know what I mean? So, and I didn't know I was a writer until I got around everybody else, because I would hear melodies in my head and I would write lyrics when I was like 8 or 9 years old. You know what I mean? And my first songwriting project, my mom put me involved with the youth choir when I was like 9 or 10, and they were doing songs and stuff. And I like music, I had my little friends I played with and stuff like that outside of that, but I loved actually working with music. And my mom, I was in rehearsal and I'm like singing these songs and I'm like, this song is whack. You know what I mean? So I was like, this song is whack. So I came to the choir director at the time at 9 years old and said, I want to write a song. Let me come back to the next rehearsal with a song. And I came back with a song, and the song was called Help the People. So it was about helping homeless people and stuff like that. And I was 9.
Man, see,
Then we sung it at the church. Everybody stood up. I led the song. They was requesting for me to sing the song over and over again, and I got addicted to that. I love the fact that my creativity was actually appreciated at 9. So
Well, yeah, that's fascinating. If you really, really think about it, it's
Yeah, so
fascinating
that's how
because
I
you
have
went viral in the church. You went viral in the church.
it.
And then you got streams in the church
Wow,
because they kept playing it
viral in
over and
church.
over
Yep.
again. So that's pretty cool to see that, how that's
Yeah,
playing
kept
out
playing
and
it.
how it ties in.
Yep. And then my dad, my mom was a church girl, right? My dad was kind of like in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So, but my dad had a great ear for music as well. He wasn't a musician or didn't have any musical gifts, but he had great taste, So I would go and hang out with my dad at 9, 10 years old, and he'd be playing cards. His friends would be, smoking and all that kind of stuff, drinking but it was a good time. It was a different time than it was with my mom now. But my dad would be playing Marvin
Right.
Gaye. He'll be playing Michael Jackson. He'll be playing Smokey Robinson and all those guys. So my dad introduced me to like that, that secular um, world, as far as the music is concerned. And that's piqued my interest even more. I'm like, who is these guys singing? So I have both worlds going on that kind of tailor me to being who I am today. It's just all those influences I had.
Wow. Wow. So what about any instruments? You play any instruments?
Yeah, I started off playing the keyboard. Yeah, I started off playing keyboard and piano, but I kind of got away from that because my brother slash cousin, his mom and my mom are sisters. So we was raised like twins.
Uh-huh.
And he picked up on the guitar, he picked up on the drums, and then my mom's husband, my stepfather back then, he was a maestro on the piano. So I was like, what the missing component in my family is somebody who's focused on writing. So I'll focus on that part of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Which is its own instrument. So yeah, I'm
His
glad
own
that you shared
instrument,
that with
writing
us
and
and
singing.
take the
That was,
time, right?
and performing.
Right. So we are experiencing a little delay, so I'm adjusting in real time. But I just wanted to take
Okay.
this time to sort of
Okay.
explain why I wanted you to talk about this and go into your background about this a little bit, because I understand that you
Okay.
have A&R services that that you want to bring to the public, and if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, you can be of a value to a up and coming artist, and you have like a business, right? That is
Oh yeah.
catered around artists. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I had like a few artists. One of my artists' name is King Los. He's like the best pure
Mm,
rapper in the business. And, and I'm not just saying that just from me.
legend.
The Kendrick Mars, a lot of the big, yeah, a lot of the big artists are inspired by King Los. And they've sung his praises over and over again. So King Los is one of my artists. I got a young artist I'm developing named Poppy. He's a very entertaining artist.
Mm,
Got an artist I'm developing named Sway from Brooklyn. She's a very, very intriguing talent. Very different. Uh, I've worked with. Let me get some artists I work with as well. I've done projects with. Worked with NBA champion Iman Shumpert.
hmm
Um, him and his wife Tiana
mm,
Taylor. We worked on it together. Single. Work with Ronald Isley. I work with Jeremiah. I'm still working with Jeremiah.
man,
I just linked up with
man.
Designer, the rapper. You know what I mean? So we're about to get some stuff going. Work with Jacquees, the R&B artist. Um, a lot of people. Trying to not to miss nobody. Work with Shahadi Wright
Man,
from
these are
Lion King.
flexes.
Her first single. She's the girl from the Us movie. Yeah,
Mm,
she's a girl from the Us movie, the teenager from the Us movie, Lion King. She played the girl lion in Lion King. She's a big time young superstar actress, but she got into music and I helped A&R her first single called Skin I'm In.
mm.
Man, It's a lot of stuff, you know.
Wow.
It's like, you know, but it's been a blessing, you know, because it's still a journey. It's been a blessing.
Well, that's, you know, this is
You
a
know.
tremendous value
Yeah.
add. This is the type of stuff that we want to be able to deliver to our audience. This type of content that, you know, okay, first of all, he's verified. First of all, you'll see his Instagram is ridiculously lit. Mine will never be there. But you could really get a taste that
Oh no,
it's
it will.
authentic, and and
Mm.
we want to, you know, invite you back on the program again to tell us more about your services and your product, and how you feel about, you know, how, like, what's the roadway for
Oh
our
yeah,
artists to
definitely.
reach you
Right.
to get your services.
Right. Well, the thing is with that, I'm I'm an entrepreneur. I'm actually getting into film, a lot of different things, but I have a heart for artist development and A&R. That's what got me in the game. And I can see an artist and can tell if he or she is a star. I can tell exactly what they need, you know, and I can tell exactly where they should go. You know, that's it's just something that God gave me. Uh, I love the process. I love to be with artists in the studio and help come up with different visions and connecting with producers and writers. So what I've done is I created my own service as an A&R consultant, to where independent
Hmm.
labels, instead of having an A&R department, they can bring me on and they connect me with the artists that they sign, put me in a studio with them. And, you know, I may call a producer or call an engineer and connect the dots for them, you know, and help them put a project together. So that's like my passion. I've been able to make a living off doing that. But I also have a lot of different business ventures going on. But for artists to work with me, all they got to do is reach out to me on Instagram, go to my website, juliusdarrington.com, send me an email, thedarringtongroup@gmail.com. And I want to announce that I'm having a masterclass about networking December 8th. So anybody can come to my Instagram or my Facebook and find information about this masterclass, because I'm going to be teaching everybody how to network. That's a skill that a lot of people don't understand. That's almost one of the most important skills to have, is how to really network and take advantage of opportunities and build relationships. So I'm doing a master class on networking December 8th.
You know, this is a good time for me to, you know, as we find ourselves coming to the end of this interview, I wanted to take this time to sort of let you know a little bit about me. I'm a
Mm.
software designer, engineer, I have my own software company,
Yes,
should I say.
please.
And this company is centered around getting artists music in an environment, something like the radio. So this will be happening in smart cars. Artists will be able to get their music in 30-second capsules, heard in smart cars and
Mm.
in all cars eventually. And that's a new way to be able to
Mm.
engage. And the ads are actionable, so the artist can, you can stream the whole song, you can download the song, and you can bookmark the song,
Mm.
which will give you
Wow.
information in real time on the artist. And this leverages the playing field for the 99% of people who can't sustain themselves in music. So as a
Right.
result of this program, and I want to see if we can build offline to see how we can maybe make a you know, a really super impactful you know, network. You're talking about learning how to network, and, you know,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
we can,
No.
maybe we need to
Yeah.
start networking on this, because we're very close. The software is
Exactly.
almost done. It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely down for that. You know, like I said, I
So
follow the spirit, and when you contacted me, I have a lot of people who contact me for interviews. But something about when you contact me, it's right. You know, so I'm definitely down for us to get together and build offline and figure out what things we can do productive. Absolutely.
that's what that, I really appreciate your time, brother. And I want you to give your Instagram one more
Mm.
time as we shut this thing down. And please, y'all, go follow. You already know what to do. These artists out here are so hungry and they
Okay.
starving for attention. I already know they're gonna hit you up. So why don't you get the Instagram up one more time as we
Yes.
close this down, man? I appreciate you.
Yes. Please. Please. Yeah. It's just my name, Julius Darrington. My Instagram, my Facebook, my email is thedarringtongroup@gmail.com.
The Darrington Group at gmail.com. Listen, we're gonna end this with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exit. But I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna get with you offline. And without further ado, 5, 4, 3,
Yes,
2,
please do.
1. Salute, man. Peace out, man. Product as a star, people. Let's get it.
Thanks.